into that. That is great. It looks like it. Yep, I think so. That is good. All right. Okay. My junk. I see it. You? Yep. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good evening. We are so excited to be celebrating both Shabbat and Tu B'Shvat, along with our TBS Green Team. You may be wondering, what is Tu B'Shvat? I don't remember since religious school or since last year. Don't worry, we will get you up to speed. But first, we're going to welcome each other with Hine Matov, how good it is that all of us are here together this Shabbat. Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Nei matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov. Yadadai, 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 yadadai. Hine matov, hine matov. Yadadai, 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 yadadai. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. So as we consider our Tu B'Shvat Shabbat this evening, it's perhaps also fitting, as you know, that today is also Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Because I think that if we were to think of a life partner for human beings, I think trees would probably top the list. We rely on each other in order to survive. We literally breathe for each other, breathing out carbon dioxide, which trees breathe in and then breathe out oxygen. And they have this multifaceted role in our lives, providing food and shade and things we use every day like paper and pencils, all the guitar that Mark is using. How many different kinds of wood is in there? There you go. And all sorts of things. And trees have that role for most all other living things on this planet. It's pretty well known that we would not be able to exist, our planet wouldn't be able to exist without trees. And the Jewish love story with trees goes all the way back to ancient times. Tu B'Shvat began as an ancient agricultural holiday in Israel. It's one of our New Years, and our ancient farmers in Israel would use it to understand how old their trees were. And you may be wondering, why would a farmer need to know how old their trees are? Well, you have to dedicate your first fruits to the temple when your fruit trees turned 1 year old, and then you could not actually eat from your fruit trees until they were 3 years old. So Tu B'Shvat helped everyone understand when those were. Then later, our Kabbalists, our Jewish mystics, instituted a Tu B'Shvat Seder and eating the 7 species from Israel to keep us connected to the Holy Land while assigning different fruits and nuts to the different mystical realms, the Sfirot and Kabbalah. And as you may know, in modern times, we think of Tu B'Shvat as a Jewish Earth Day, and we retain some of those wonderful things from before while also thinking about environmentalism and sustainability as Jewish values. So it's no question that trees are so important in our tradition. Our tradition imagines God as a planter, both of the world and specifically the Garden of Eden. Our tradition understood that humans and the world wouldn't exist without trees long before modern science, and even compares trees to people. So Rabbi Isaac Ashkenazi says the Torah compares humans to trees because like humans, trees have the power to grow. And as humans have children, so trees bear fruit. And when a human is hurt, cries of pain are heard throughout the world. So when a tree is chopped down, its cries are heard throughout the world. So there are so many overlaps and beautiful meanings that we can find in our tradition for our appreciation of trees and the natural world. And our green team is going to be sharing even more of those meanings, more of that, those pieces of our tradition with us. And we'll also be doing a very shortened Tu B'Shvat Seder during our Oneg after services. So please stick around for that. We'll have some fruit and nuts. And it's a mitzvah, by the way, to have a fruit, eat a fruit that you have not eaten yet this year on Tu B'Shvat. Fun little practice. So we're going to continue celebrating Tu B'Shvat with the wonderful song "Four Trees" by Ellen Ellard. I'll turn it over to Mark. So fun, everybody. Thank you for joining in on the fun with us. Yeah. We're going to continue bringing light and hope and warmth into our space by lighting our Shabbat candles. And I'm happy to invite Joanne and Steve Grossman of our green team to light our Shabbat candles. Thank you, Steve and Joanne. I'd like to now invite Natalie to share our first reading in honor of Tu B'Shvat Shabbat.
On the 15th of Shavat, when the spring comes, an angel descends, ledger in hand, and enters each bud, each twig, each tree, and all our garden flowers. From town to town, from village to village, he makes his winged way, searching the valleys, inspecting the hills, flying over the desert, and returns to heaven. And when the ledger will be full of trees and blossoms and shrubs, when the desert is turned into a meadow, and all our land is watered garden, the Messiah will appear.
Thank you, Natalie. We're going to now continue with Lecha Dodi, welcoming our Sabbath bride.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat, Nikabla, Nikabla, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat, Nikabla, Nikabla. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Umevorah. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Umevorah.
We'll continue welcoming Shabbat with our call to prayer, our Baruch Hu. We invite you, if you are able, to please rise. If any kids want to come on up and help us with the hand motions, we might need a little help. You're welcome to come on up to the bima.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yada-dai-dai-dai, yada-dai-dai-dai,
You may be seated. We can't talk about appreciation for the natural world without including Ma'ariv Aravim, our prayer of gratitude for the evening and for the changing seasons. Please join me in the Hebrew, and then we'll continue in the English. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, bechochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. We'll continue in the English. Praised are you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which the time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. You're welcome to rise one more time if you are able for our prayer declaring God's oneness, Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated. We'll continue with Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. I'm now happy to invite Rona to share our next reading with us.
Tree blessing. There is an ancient blessing for trees in the Talmud. Tree, tree, with what can I bless you? That your fruit may be sweet. It is already sweet. That you should give plenty of shade. That you also do. That a spring of water may be near you. Even that you have. The one thing which I can wish for is that all trees planted from you may be as fruitful as you are.
We often only have blessings for people, and it is quite incredible in the Talmud. We actually have a blessing for trees, for our natural world. We're going to continue in singing a song you may know, the Garden Song, made famous by Pete Seeger and John Denver. So if you know the words, please join us.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from far below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music Someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from far below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long. Temper them with a prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from far below till the rain comes tumbling down.
We're going to continue with Adonai Sifatai, beginning our Amidah prayers. We'd like to invite you, if you're able, to please rise. Sfatai tiftach, na 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 ufi agid tehila techa. Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu V'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imaot U'Mevi Gula Livnei B'neihem L'ma'an Shmo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lahoshia Mekalchel Chayim B'Chesed Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומצהיר אסורים, ומחיה אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומדומה לך, ומחיה ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל.
אתה קדוש
שמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. And I'm happy to now invite Rebbe's hymn Michael Goldman for our next reading. Poem by Mary Oliver.
Thank you. You're welcome. This is Rabbi Lynette's favorite poem. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again, "It's simple," they say. And you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you for also being the leader of our TBS Green Team. As if being Rebbe's hymn wasn't enough. We're gonna continue with a few moments of silent prayer using pages 54 to 60 in your prayer book if you have one. But just as good are whatever prayers, words of gratitude, whatever may be in your heart this evening.
Say shalom bimroma, Booyah, say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. Say shalom bimroma, Booyah, say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. Yadalai,
It's now my pleasure to invite up Laurel to share our next Tu B'Shvat text here, Prayer from Nature by Rabbi Nachman.
God, grant me the ability to be alone. May it be my custom to go outdoors each day among the trees and grass, among all growing things, and there may I be alone, and enter into prayer to talk with the one to whom I belong. May I express there everything in my heart. May all the foliage of the field, all grasses, trees, and plants awake at my coming, to send the power of their life into the words of my prayer, so that my prayer and speech are made whole through the life and spirit of all growing things, which are made as one by their transcendent source. May I then pour out the words of my heart before your presence like water, O Eternal, and lift up my hands to you in worship on my behalf and that of my children.
Thank you, Laurel. And with that beautiful prayer still echoing in our ears and I'm sure resonating in our hearts, we'll turn now to our Misha Berach prayer and think of those to whom our prayers can pour out like water and can nourish those who may be in need of some healing of body and of mind and of spirit. We're, of course, thinking of the 75 hostages who remain in Gaza. For 3 of them, it will be their last Shabbat in captivity, and we pray for the rest of them will be very soon. We're also thinking of many in our community who are in need of healing. We're thinking of Rabbi Jonathan Adler, Nancy Ashley, Sarah Bates, Charlie Bauer, Margie Block, Ron Bragg, Marge Serrani, Ann Clark, and Keith Clark. We're thinking of Bruce Cohen, Ella Dubrow, Sam Edelman, Sharon Edelman, Larry Eisenman, Carrie Eschler, Babette Feibel, Marilyn Friedman. We're thinking of Hannah Golan, Alan Goldberg, Yossi Golden, Colleen Griffith-Regal, and Jessica Heffley. We're thinking of Lev Heschel, Ben Chazanit Batamiva Yaakov, Beth Jasolowitz, Dan Lang, Minna Melton, Phyllis Miles, Frank Murdoka, David Paragas, Lisa Pena, Jeremy Phelan, Ian Phillips, Rashi Pristowski. We're thinking of Jessica Rathkopf, Rilla Rohrbach, Mayim Ross, Ralph Sauer, Steve Seaskin, Fatima Shakorian, Judy Warner, Rachel Vieira, Jerry Young, Ozzie Zimmer, and John Golden Gulgan, Stephen Cohen, Dave Miller, and Patty Dragolich, as well as any need of healing whose names you'd like to share with us. You're welcome to do so. For each of them, for all who may be in need of healing and support, we'll sing together our Misha Berach prayer.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor Habrecha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikor Habrecha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And let us say Amen.
We're going to begin concluding our service first with Bayom Hahu. On that day, a day soon, hopefully, God's name shall be known. happy to invite Bethany to share our next Jewish text.
The Honi story. A Jewish scholar named Honi lived in the 1st century BCE. One day he was walking along the road when he saw a beautiful field of carob trees. Along the road, a woman was planting a tree sapling. Honi asked, "How long will it take for this tree to bear fruit?" 70 years, she replied. Honi was surprised to hear it would take this long. He exclaimed, "Are you so healthy that you expect to live that length of time and eat its fruit?" The woman answered, "I found a fruitful world because my ancestors planted it for me. Likewise, I am planting for my children and grandchildren." Honi continued walking and became sleepy. He fell asleep under a tree and slept for 70 years. Awakening from his nap, Honi walked back along the path. The carob tree he saw the woman planting was fully grown, and beside it, a young woman was planting a tree sapling. Honi asked, "Weren't you just planting this tree?" She replied, "That was my grandmother. Now I plant for my children and grandchildren."
Thank you so much, Bethany. And I find this to be such a touching story and teaching from our tradition as we move towards Kaddish Yatom, towards Mourner's Kaddish, our prayer of memory, as perhaps we can consider who planted for us, who may be planted right alongside us, and whose fruit and shade do we continue to enjoy and we continue to always keep with us. I'll invite you to please rise as we first recall those whom we have lost within the last 30 days in our community. We're remembering first Kamla Beloe, June Ann Stanley, Helen Williams, Lisa Viscardi, Jim Sanderson, Edwin Friedlander, Herbert Juden, and Rabbi Micah Ellenson. We also join with our brothers and sisters in Israel in mourning this past week the announcement of the loss of hostage Shlomo Mansour. We're also recalling those whom we lost at this season in years past in our observing yard site. We remember Mary Leone Bash, Harold Becker, Molly Blank, Sandra Chape, Jennifer Cohen, Mark Dallet Feinknopf, Elaine Derschlag, Brian Friedman, Isser Goldberg, Adelaide Goldenberg, Scott Goldman, David Granatier, Herman Kastner, Janet Lynn, Armin Dale Mears, Marvin Mentzer, Bernard E. Rosenberg, Alan Singer, Helen Skilkin, Stephanie Stein, Florence Susner, Marjorie Tenney, Sally Abel Wasserstrom, and Dorothy Weiss. If there are names of others you are remembering who'd like to share this evening, you're welcome to share their names or just think of them in your heart. For each of them and for all those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them, we'll recite together page 294 or on our screens. Yit gadal ve'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha berichu. Le'ela mim kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We say zichronam livracha, may each of their memories always be for a blessing. Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated, and I'm happy to invite up our Executive Director, Bobby, for some announcements.
Sorry for the sound issues tonight, folks. Thanks for bearing with us. Please join us, as Rabbi Lynette mentioned, after services in the social hall for our Tu B'Shvat Seder. I think this is the third annual Tu B'Shvat Seder. So
It'll be shorter than last time.
it's become a nice tradition for us. Please join Rabbi Lynette for 2 wonderful adult ed classes this upcoming week on Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the library. We'll continue learning about Tu B'Shvat with a discussion about the hope and resilience of trees, and that's this month's Juicy Jewish Topics. And then Wednesday at 6 p.m., Rabbi Lynette will do a deep dive into all of your favorite Jewish TV characters. We hope to see you next week at 6 p.m. on Friday as we welcome Illuminati, the sacred music and ensemble of the Columbus Gay Men's Chorus, to our Friday night services. They will perform throughout our regular service. And then lastly, save the date for our annual Purim Shabbat on Friday, March 14th. The rabbis will tell the story of Purim with help from our religious school students, the Shayanim Choir, and this year's theme, as you might have seen, is Wicked. So for all of this and more, please check out the weekly window, the February-March edition of The Window, and let us know if you have any questions. With that, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for making TBS your Jewish home. Rabbi?
Thanks, Bobby. I'm happy to invite Sam for Kiddush, although I will say for Tu B'Shvat Seder, there's 4 Kiddushes. So if you're like, oh man, I really wanted to do Kiddush, don't worry, we're going to have 4 of them for our Tu B'Shvat Seder. But Sam, you get the first one?
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
I think that also means Michael here gets first dibs for the challah. Let's sing together.
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Sam, I want to thank everybody on the green team, all of our readers, candlelighters, everyone who helped make this a wonderful Tu B'Shvat Shabbat. Again, please join us downstairs for a quick Tu B'Shvat Seder. There's also an opportunity to plant some parsley. We can't plant trees outside. It's a little too cold for that, I think. But we can plant some parsley, and spoiler alert, as long as we keep it alive, which, I think we'll be able to do, it'll be ready in time for Passover. So you're more than welcome to do that as well. But we will conclude services here tonight with Tree of Life, a beautiful metaphor for the Torah and perhaps for all of us as trees of life.
It is the tree of life to those that are fasting. All of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those that are fasting. All of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz chaim hi lamachaziki v'betomkecha me'ushar. Eitz chaim hi lamachaziki v'betomkecha me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.